Our reporter Ofentse Setimo has been stationed outside the notorious nightclub for much of the morning, and he joins us now live once again. And Ofentse, it's a story once again making headlines throughout the country, even though so much of the attention really is particularly at that institution. As we speak to you again, I wonder if you can help us take stock of even just the size of this nightclub, because we're told that these young men were taken to one of the particular rooms, and the impression given here is that they were assaulted in a way that nobody else could have heard or seen anything.
Absolutely, Ayanda. Well, I can tell you that I have attended this club before, and once you are inside there, it's very loud, and there's a lot of smoke sometimes, so if they were to take you to another room where there's actually going to be acts of violence that are exerted against you, I can tell you, patrons will not hear anything because the music is very loud. The music is actually very loud. So it is definitely possible that they could have taken them to another room within the premises of the club itself and allegedly assaulted them and did all those heinous acts where we saw the videos that we saw in the videos that are trending. It is possible for that to actually happen with patrons in the club enjoying themselves without even the slightest suspicion of what is actually transpiring in the back rooms. If I can just get out of shot so that my colleague Kwazi can sort of show you the building. This is the front of the club itself, but there's also at the back as well, which is also very spacious. You can imagine there's storerooms where probably they would store some of their supplies and everything. And, it's definitely possible for that to happen. We know that about 8 men are being sought after by the police. They are suspecting that they are the ones who are actually behind such acts of torture that actually happened in the videos that we saw there. And we also heard that, the Family Violence, Child Protection and Sexual Investigation Unit of the police is the one that will actually be handling these investigations, as you know that the crime itself is of a sexual nature, where we saw some of these guys actually being forced to do certain things, and taking from the interview with the police spokesperson Athlenda Mate, it seems like this was a matriculation celebration that actually went awry, as you can imagine, that the 5 friends actually had a disagreement with the management and the bouncers, resulting in what we saw in those heinous acts. Ayanda.
Yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning of our crossing, Ofentse, you've been there for much of the morning. Describe for us just the relative movement there since you arrived, if any at all, today.
Well, we know that late yesterday there was a hive of activity, with the EFF here and just some concerned local residents coming to voice their discontent as to what is actually happening. But this morning it's quiet at the moment, but we've seen some groups actually trickling in. One of them is the Umkhonto Wesizwe student movement, who's actually here. They also want to voice their opinion as to what actually transpired, but that once you play into the gallery of the political parties, you're going to start seeing EFF, you're going to start seeing ANC, you're going to start seeing all the other organizations. But as you can see in the shot here, there is a truck that has actually arrived just outside Zanzou club. It's not yet clear as to what it's actually here for. They're actually engaging with the people who arrived under the banner of the MKP, who are based at UNISA, here to voice their discontent as to what actually transpired. But there isn't a lot of movement currently outside the club. They would have anticipated. We thought there would be a lot of NGOs coming out to voice their discontent. But what I can tell you is that, the club doesn't operate during the week. It actually operates on weekends, which could be the reason why we're not seeing a lot of movement currently here outside the club itself, Ayanda.
All right, fair enough. Ofentse Setimo stationed there outside the notorious Zanzou nightclub in Pretoria. For that update, Ofentse, thanks very much indeed.